What's up, gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. So in this one, we're going to do a tier list. Yeah, we're going to rank all of the first date locations from worst to best. Because there's a lot of talk online, a lot of confusion. Yeah, guys that are saying, yeah, you should take her to an arcade. You should take her mini golf. All of these activities. Or take her to the movies. Make your date exciting. And most of the advice you will find on the internet about running first dates and locations is absolute garbage. And that's why we're going to destroy here today. Because what you will see at the end of this video is that you will not have a lot of options and a lot of choice when it comes to first dates, if you want to set yourself up for success. So that brings us to the first one, which is dinner dates. And that is actually going to surprise many of you, because I made so many videos talking shit about dinner dates, but they are not the worst on this list. Because things are going to get a lot worse than dinner dates. Because I've done dinner dates also in the past and still slept with women on the first date. You can get a date with great logistics and that you build tension and really get to know her while you're doing a dinner date. Well, there's other reasons why you shouldn't do it. That it's way too high investment. That it's often also too expensive. That you cannot run a lot of dates if you're going for dinner constantly with a girl. But overall, like, this is not the worst strategy out there on this list, at least. It's, in my opinion, still a trash strategy, yeah? And I make it a very clear rule that I do not do any dinners on first dates. But overall, this is not the worst that we're going to get here. So yeah, dinner dates are not the worst. It's because the logistics can be good. You can still build tension with her, build a good vibe, get to know her, and then still take her home afterwards for some bedroom fun. Because that's the only goal at the end of your first date. Yeah, the only goal of your first date is to take her home and to have bedroom fun. Nothing else matters, yeah? What location you're going to, how nice the cocktails are, yeah? How great the food is, yeah? How kind the waiter is. All of that stuff is nonsense, yes? The only thing that is important, how do you take her to your bedroom at the end of the date? Yeah, because she wants that to happen. Yeah, imagine, like, women are going on dates. Yeah, they are preparing for 3 hours, like, to get ready. And then you're not going to plan to take her home and have bedroom fun. That's just, you're doing her a disservice and you're doing yourself a disservice at the end of the day. That's also how I rank it, yeah? How easy is it to get her home and to take her to your bedroom? Yeah, because you will see that a lot of those locations that we're going to talk about right now, they're actually going to obstruct you and make it very difficult for you to make that happen. So then we have the movies. Now this is just straight retardation. And the Disney movies, they make this look super romantic. Yeah, you're in the movies, then you touch her hands, and then you're leaning in for a kiss, that sort of thing. It's just retarded. It's not happening. Because you cannot even talk with her. And if you do, then you get all the people around you, they will become angry, they will tell you to shut up. Yeah, it's just a really shitty environment. You cannot build tension. You cannot talk with her. It takes away all of the focus of what is the goal on the first date, which is to take her home and have bedroom fun. So this is just a really shitty dating location. Because at least with some of the other ones we're going to talk about right now, you're still shooting yourself in the foot. But at least you can talk with her and you have at least a little bit higher chance of success. But movie dates, they're absolutely terrible. Don't do it. Yes? So that brings us to a nightclub. Yeah, this is also just as dumb as movie dates, because this, even in many ways, is probably even worse, because you're going to a location where it's already hard to talk with her and to build tension. You will get a lot of guys around you. They're going to start hitting on her, and it could also happen at the end of the night, like you're going on a date to a nightclub with her, and she will go home with another guy. That's what will happen. So this is just a very dumb strategy. You always want to run your first dates in quiet locations. Yeah, where you can talk with her, where you can build tension, where you can get to know her a little bit and make her feel comfortable with the idea of taking her to your bedroom. Nothing else matters. That's why nightclub, like, it's way too chaotic. Other guys are going to hit on her. Compared to the other locations, yeah, it's just a shitty location. Just don't do it. Yeah, then we get to a museum. Yeah, museum is also a shitty location. Also because museum dates, you do them during the day, so you end up being there, at 2 p.m. and you end up like looking at at paintings from hundreds of years ago, or a dinosaur statue, yeah, or something like that. And it's all of that is just not necessary. Yeah, you should be so confident in your abilities as a man and your ability to charm a woman that you do not need activity dates. You are the activity. You are the most exciting thing. I know that when I go on a date, I don't need an activity because whatever activity we're going to do, it's not as exciting as talking with me. But most guys, they try to use those activities as crutches. And a museum is one of those. At least with a museum date, you can still talk with her and build tension, whereas with a movie date, you can't. Overall, the logistics are going to be very shitty. You're going to make it way harder for you to end up in the bedroom. Also because it's during the day. You want to do your dates in the evening because culturally, people have just been accustomed. People going home with each other and having bedroom fun. Yeah, that happens usually in the evening. Yeah, that's why you want to play into that and do your dates mainly in the evening. Now you can sleep with women in the afternoon. Yeah, I've also done it. That's going to be an exception. That's not going to be the rule. So that brings us to the next one, which is a lounge. Yeah, lounges are amazing. Yeah, they are S tier because lounges are quiet. They often they have good cocktails, mocktails, coffee, whatever you whatever you want to come up with. You can sit next to her. That's also very important. Proximity. Yeah, that you can touch her. You can build up the right vibe. Yeah, flirt with her, tease her. All of the good stuff, yeah, you can do it in a lounge. And also because lounges, they are all around the city. And you can set up the logistics however you want it. That brings us to mini golf. Yeah, mini golf is also stupid. Yeah, this is almost it's the same as a museum. You're doing that stuff during the day. You're moving around all of the time. You cannot talk with her. You cannot get to know her. You cannot build tension. And the moment that you do that you try to do that, oh, wait, we were busy with this activity, right? And in that moment, you will have to go. Yeah, you will have to do your turn, basically, and fool around. And then you break that tension and now you screw it up. So this is just total nonsense. Yeah, mini golf. But I hear so many guys, they are doing it. You're shooting yourself in the foot. If you want to shoot yourself in the foot, yeah, the C and D tier, they are amazing for you guys. Then we get to the next one, which is your home. Yeah, at tier. Yeah, going to your place straight. That saves a lot of time. You get straight down to business. And going to your place, that's amazing. The logistics, they are the very, very, very best. Yeah, they are better than anything that you can imagine. Because your bedroom is like right next to it. You have privacy. And you can just physically escalate on her if the vibe is there. Then we go to the next one, which is bowling. Yeah, bowling is also, it's stupid. You're just shooting yourself in the foot when you're doing this. It's the same as mini golf. You're moving around all of the time. You cannot talk with her, cannot build tension with her. You make it very difficult for yourself to take her home afterwards for some bedroom fun. I don't understand why guys are taking women to bowling on the first date. And I do not understand the idea behind it. The only idea that I can come up with is I'm very insecure. I'm not convinced of my own abilities to charm you, to have a great conversation with you, and to flirt with you. And that's why I need crutches to make up for it. And I need to be your entertainer. And that's why I'm going to take you to mini golf, taking you out to bowling, because that's the only way that I can get a woman to like me. Yeah, by trying to impress her. Yeah, so that's why it's a very shitty strategy. That brings us to the next one, which is a walk in the park. A walk in the park is great. Yeah, very low investment. That's what you want on your first date. You want things to be low investments. Yeah, you want things to be frictionless. You do not want to spend big amounts of money. You want to have good logistics. Yeah, you want to be able to take her to your place afterwards if the vibe is right. Yeah, and a walk in the park actually can provide all of that. So that brings us to the next one, which is McDonald's or any fast food joint. This is actually not a bad idea because the logistics here, they can be great. Yeah, you can talk with her, get to know her. Investment is kind of low, I'd say. But the problem is that you will often just be put in the beta category. You know, you're not her lover type, but you're going to feed her and you're going to give her dinner while you do not even know her. So yeah, this is not optimal, but it's not the worst that is on the list because you can. The logistics are still better than the other things that we spoke about. So let's go to the next one, which is taking her to ice cream. Ice cream is great. Like you keep your logistics very easy. Very low key. You can get to know her. You can build tension. You can walk around sit somewhere on a park bench, escalate a little bit with her. It's still better than dinner and then a fast food joint because you want to keep your investment low, especially on the first few dates. You don't even know this gal and you're just already preparing to drop big money on her. Do not do that. So that brings us to the next one, which is an arcade. Yeah, I don't know why people on Reddit are doing this and why people are always talking about this. Yeah, take her to an arcade. It's a great idea. No, it's stupid. You're just making your logistics, you're making it super complicated. Your date will be high friction. Yeah, taking her home will become super awkward, or it will be like half an hour drive. You're shooting yourself in the foot by going to an arcade. You make things way more difficult than it has to be. So don't take her to an arcade. You can also not talk with her properly. You're just like moving around and like doing all of this stuff like constantly. It's just don't do this. Let's go over to the next one, which is a cocktail launch. Yeah, cocktail launches are amazing. That's why I run most of my dates. I also put actually like a Starbucks or any like any coffee shop or any of any sort. I also put them in S tier. That's also why I run all of many of my dates. Yeah, so investment should be very low on the first date. Yeah, do not drop big money on her. You're just getting to know her. You build tension, give her spikes of emotions. Yeah, you have a fun time with her. You get to know her a little bit, and then you just take her home afterwards. So that's it, guys. So if you're frustrated with your dating life right now and you're sick of constantly losing and your date's not leading anywhere and getting ghosted and all of that nasty stuff, then I'm open to helping you. You can book a call with me with the link in the bio, and then we can talk about how we will customize a strategy for you to get the results that you want in your dating life in the next few months. So that's it, guys. Peace.